John Butler is an Australian musician who has performed around the globe. His latest tour recently brought him to Portland, where he played with his band at Thompson's Point.
Touring musicians are often on the road, traveling hundreds of thousands of miles, as Butler has done during his 30-year career. They see the world, but often it's little more than a blur of concert venues and coffee shops and tour buses. Do you have recollections of the cities that you've been to out on the road, or is it all just a blur?
Mainly a blur, but there are certain moments. Sometimes they're because the audience was amazing, or there was a great sound, or maybe there was a bolt of lightning or a hurricane passing through. I mean, like literally this tour has had so much crazy weather.
What is the weirdest thing that has ever happened to you on stage that, didn't have anything to do with your performance? It was something external like that.
Bolts of lightning hitting the stage, that's happened. We had our last gig in New York City, Ian Perez on bass, keys, and vocals. It was raining so bad he had a big plastic sheet over his keys, and he was playing bass and keys and singing, and everything was just wet. And I remember just looking at him going, what is this job? This is a crazy job.
Well, I had a purpose in asking you about your recollections, and we will now turn to the audio-visual portion of this interview, which is something that we rarely do. Kirk, come on in with the laptop.
Yep.
This is something that happened right here in Portland 22 years ago, across the street.
From Australia to try to come to the U.S. and maybe.
Oh my God, this is hilarious! I always kind of make the analogy. It's like sailing a matchstick in the ocean. It's a very big country and lots of people, and oh my God, he looks.
It's hard to make
me.
any ripples, let
it's
alone
like my
any
son.
waves,
It's my 18-year-old son. It's freaking me out.
That's exactly what it's
You
like.
and me, 22 years ago, that was one of the first interviews we ever did when we started this program. What runs through your mind when you look at that?
How much things have changed and how much things haven't changed. Yeah, that. I mean, yeah, man. But it looks so much like my son. I can't even. I'm not even saying it's me anymore. It's so weird because I'm not that person anymore. Like that's. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure if that person's frontal lobe is fully developed there. But he seems like a nice guy.
He was a nice guy. I remember he was a very affable guy. Let's pinpoint the music. 22 years since that interview. What would you say is the biggest change in your music?
Lyrics, probably. I think for the most part, I would like to think I'm getting better at writing lyrics. There's a little bit more perspective.
You've got a new album coming out, Prism, in September. What were you trying to convey with this work?
My main mission is just to make sure that the songs that come to me, that I hear in my head, sound as close as possible on record as they do in my head. That's my biggest job. And there's like that movie, it's like a Bruce Willis movie where the kid sees dead people. He's like, I see dead, I see songs, and they talk to me and then they tell me what they want. And I just try to be the best servant or butler to them.
One last question. Flashback to 2003. What do you wish you knew then that you know now?
I've been so many things I haven't learned enough. So I would probably say anger doesn't get you many places. And, a smile always gets you a lot further. So I think maybe I would probably say, if I was to whittle all that down, I would say, don't make everything personal. That's what I'd say.
I can vividly remember interviewing him 22 years ago, Sam, because it was literally within the first, week or two, maybe?
Yeah.
3 that we were on the air.
Yeah.
And he was the first, non-Maine musician that we'd had. He's from Australia, he's playing at the State Theater. And we did the interview in the green room at the State, which was a pretty funky setting.
Yeah.
Not glamorous. I don't know if it still is, but that's the way it was then. And he was really fun to talk to then, and it was it was good to spring that on him.
Well, it was fun to see his reaction because obviously he had no idea that it was coming. But then to also hear him say, things have changed, but things are also the same. And not every musician out there can look back at 22 years of music, too. You know what I mean? That's really telling for his career.
And he started out busking in Western Australia, and he said that his dream at the time, he never thought that he'd have a 30-year career that would take him around the world. His dream was to basically hitchhike around Australia and play and just make enough to keep a roof over his head from town to town.
Well, he's done that and then some, I'd say.
He's done rather well for himself. He's got a lot of fans here at the station, too. While John Butler was here, he did a Studio Z concert for us and our partners at WCLZ Radio.
You can see that performance, 4 songs in all, along with a brief Q&A with the audience. It's available on our new Center Maine Plus streaming app.